I'm Rivers and I'm a designer. I do mainly knitwear, rope, yarn, chain, going more into that, so yes. I would say it's more of like a something you have to do. Like I grew up with really bad anxiety, and I feel like having something to do with my hands has always helped me. Or like with disassociating, it's like connects my brain and my body. So whether it's like art, music, clothes, I always need to be doing something. It keeps me sane. I grew up in the outdoors. I was born in Utah. My family moved to Hawaii when I was in elementary school, so we're always outside. My parents are kayakers, so I grew up climbing, mountain biking. So probably just like being outside, is like cheesy as that sounds. Being in the water, eating fruit, like I want to feel like I'm, what humans should be doing. But with that, I feel like you need balance because you can't have that all the time. And living in the city makes me feel like energized, makes me feel excited. So I guess like having a balance of things is always good, being able to go back and forth and like recognizing that those are both things that I need. I just use everything that has always been around me, and I guess that's also part of it, is like the challenge of trying to create something with the supplies that you already have. Like I never go out and will buy new things. I'll always just try to work with, because I don't know, that's how my mom was when I was little. She was super outdoorsy, and she would make all my baby clothes out of her old like Patagonia fleeces. So it's always just been something like, I guess I just followed exactly in her footsteps. Lately I've been trying to kind of rebrand myself because it was turning into more of a business, and I was overthinking things, and I've always made everything and designed everything myself, and I started putting myself in a box, and I want to be able to create and grow and be fluid and move in whatever direction I want to, so more as a designer, less as a business. So I'm working on a collection right now that I hope will embody that. I'm really trying to like make a concrete direction at the moment, and put like more of myself into each piece, and not put out things that I think people want to see, but things that more of something that just things that I'm proud of. And I've also been working on my first fashion short film with my friend Josh Stoker. Super talented, but it's been so much fun to see it through his eyes and like combine video and fashion, and it's made me realize I want to combine more forms of art and move into different, because I love clothes, but I love everything, so it's been a really fun project to work on. That makes me happy because when I first got on like TikTok, the reason I was so against it for so long, because I was like, I have to sell out to go on TikTok, I have to follow the trends and use the audios and but it's become like a completely different style of creating, which is fun. And I like to show like the behind the scenes and the process, because I feel like with a lot of small designers, especially with like pricing, people don't see how much work and like how much of yourself you put into things, and TikTok has been like a really good place to actually show that and show like I'm the person behind it, and like, yeah. I guess the main thing is just that people can see that I'm creating things that are authentically me and putting things out there that aren't like regurgitated or trying to be something that I'm not. So I guess it's been a little bit like therapy. I've got to like go inward and figure out it's really interesting as just like a solo designer, because it feels like you're really marketing yourself and like my personal style. So it's been a little fun journey of trying to figure out who I am at the same time. So I don't know, and also like I guess to inspire people to work with what they have. I have a lot of people asking me on TikTok, like, why do you post step by step? Like, aren't you scared people are gonna steal your ideas? And like, well, I feel like that could happen either way. I get people tagging me every day, like, inspired by this, and like seeing people be inspired by stuff that I make, I feel like means a lot to me, because that's how I feel like artists all start, is by seeing something that you like and being like, oh, I want to do my own version of it. So I think that's really cool to see. I love just seeing like people's versions of things. I'm like, this is what it's all about. And I don't know, especially since like COVID, and with the rise of TikTok, seeing everyone kind of go back to really relying on their hobbies. And it's interesting because normally with a lot of artists, you don't get to see things. It's interesting to see the artist community on TikTok, and you're like looking into people's lives. You're sitting in their bedroom like drawing something or painting something, and millions of people can see it now, and it just feels like a cool new community that I really like. I guess just like seeing people who are creating independent of any societal or beauty standards, people who are just putting things out there because that's what they feel like they have to do. Like that draw that's like, I am doing this because I'm gonna bring up, let's say like one person who's like really inspired me the past couple of years is Giselle, Ugly Worldwide. Seeing how far they've come in the industry, being so anti-industry and like anti-fashion is like very interesting to me, and it gives me hope that people can really put things out there that they don't think caters to anyone, and it's always going to resonate with somebody. So seeing people and the way they perceive life and their personal style, you can really see the way that someone else sees the world based off how they create, and I think it's really interesting.